Hey everybody, we are the funded studios from Blue Ocean Games' first round of funding. What we're looking at today is the Blue Ocean Games Rising Tide Challenge number 2. Blue Ocean Games is investing $30 million into hundreds of indie game studios over the next couple of years, and they run this challenge, the Rising Tide Challenge, in order to find new games that they might be interested in investing in. So the 20 top games in the challenge, 10 of which are public vote and 10 of which are judges' picks, get a guaranteed fast track towards Blue Ocean Games funding.
I think the Rising Tides competition is a great place for developers who are kind of earlier in their development cycle. And it's a place where you can validate early concepts and see if anybody's interested in it before you dive into a full production.
So check out the links in the description to go to the Blue Ocean Games website and see what competitions they might currently be offering and what programs they offer. If you're watching this within a week of us posting it, go to the website and vote on your favorite games for the Rising Tide 2 challenge. This is not an official ranking from Blue Ocean Games. This is just our opinions on what games we think are cool, what
Our
will do well.
thoughts reflect Blue Ocean Games entirely. No.
Yeah, we are the grand arbiters of BOG.
No anime games. All anime games banned. Just kidding.
Oh no.
Real quick, let's do a round of intros.
Hey guys, my name is George Soto. I made Cardboard Cowboy. It's a silly little paper shootout game. It's basically like a Wild West shooting gallery that you run through and you collect and upgrade your gunslinger. So I'm excited to be here, and I've seen a lot of cool games, so I just want to show off like some of the stuff that I've been seeing that I think is really top. We're going to be doing some fun devlogs for Cardboard Cowboy on YouTube, so you can follow us. But we're actually called Dead Dev Indie on YouTube, and we got an orange logo. You can't miss it.
SGI here. I'm the developer of Double Whammy. It's a guitar shop, management/guitar action game. It's a lot of guitars. Today I'm excited to check out these cool games that are being judged by Blue Ocean Games. If you search Double Whammy game on Google, it should link to the Steam page and the social media.
And I'm Murray. I'm the creator of Terra Factoria. It's a roguelike deck builder with Civilization 4X game kind of elements. It's a mix between Civilization and Slay the Spire. Check out the game on Steam and check out my YouTube channel. I post weekly devlogs about the game and about just my process as a developer.
Let's get judging.
Let's get judging. Okay, so here's the first game. It's called Brain Shell.
Pulling up here.
I've actually seen this one before. This is a really cool game. Have you guys seen this?
No.
It's pretty awesome. So this game, it's a horror, like trapped in a nuclear missile type game. So you're like stuck in this nuclear missile, which is a pretty cool concept. I haven't seen a lot of games like this, but it reminds me of that game Mouthwashing. Have you guys played that?
Mouthwashing. Yeah. I have it written as a cool nuclear silo, psych game, but. Yeah, this is. I think this one was really like interesting and with the elements of like organic matter kind of mixing with the nuclear facility. I think this one is really unique. I can't think of anything that it reminds me of like you.
Yeah, I feel like this kind of horror of being trapped in a place is really cool. There was that game that came out a couple of years ago, Iron Lung, where you're trapped inside a submarine. And the only way to interface with the outside world is through a camera of what's going on outside the submarine. And it's this kind of like Lovecraftian horror thing. It's a really creative idea and really cool. And it seems like this is expanding on that kind of like trapped in a small space type horror game. But I really love the kind of like unreliable narrator thing they're doing here. I think this type of game is going to do pretty well in the Steam algorithm. I think I'm curious to see how they're doing thus far if they have a Steam page already.
Trailer wise too, super like classy, kind of like just showing you what you need type thing. But I don't know. I thought it was really good production value on it. It reminded me like a Better Call Saul kind of intro. If you ever seen that show.
Yeah, like it kind of gets creepy the longer you watch it. It kind of devolves into something like ooh, kind of weird. Yeah, I definitely see that.
I feel like have this one in my top 50, but I can't stand horror games, so I didn't put it in my top 10, even though it's super high quality.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely not for everybody, this kind of thing. But the potential of these kind of games to do well on Steam is actually really high. There's a great article by Chris Sikowski about why every indie dev should make a horror game at some point, and basically his reasoning is it's one of the most like equitable genres to be in terms of how much indies can like pierce through the noise and get their game seen. there's a lot of potential for indie devs to make like viral horror games and do really, really well with it. So it's not a bad like place to be in terms of market positioning as well, in my opinion.
But what about your mental health?
I wonder if you feel, if you ever have days where you're making a horror game, you're like, oh
Mm.
man, what am I doing? Oh, this is tough. So where do you guys think this one will rank? I'm gonna say top 50 for me.
Yeah.
I put this in my top 10 actually. So
Oh,
this was one
cool.
of the stronger ones for me, and it was on my actual judges like aggregate things I was writing down. I really like this one. I think I have it as number 8 or something.
I think I could be convinced to go top 10 on this as well. I think we'll go top 10. Cool. So here's the next one. Marble Quest. This looks pretty cool. Oh, okay. So it seems like a puzzle game where you launch a marble like a pinball. There's something really satisfying about that, just making a machine that is going to take your marble all the way to the end. It's a pretty short trailer, but I can see, where the game could be fun. I think their presentation is really good, but the trailer itself doesn't actually show what I'd like to see, which is like a marble bouncing off and going through one of these machines. Like they're just sort of showing the marble falling off, right? I think it would be nice if they showed like
Right.
a marble going down one of these ramps and into the goal and then around and some kind of crazy chain of events. I would have liked to see that. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I agree. The presentation is already like there, like the style is great. Um, I'd love to see how big the levels can be in this game. Like super huge, like through Goldberg machines kind of levels would be sick.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's maybe a missed opportunity here in terms of like market positioning to make a golf themed game like this. Like it would be cool to see a mini putt game from the top down where you have to just like make one shot and that's all you get. And it's this chain of events where the golf ball kind of goes from the start to the end. I think, that kind of stuff, it seems like they're doing like kind of a mobile positioning here, maybe like simultaneous release on like PC and mobile. Um, and those golf games like tend to do really well on mobile. It's a really good keyword. So um, yeah, so I think a bit of a missed opportunity market wise there, but I think their presentation is really good, and I think this is a game that like inspires a lot of excitement. But I just had wished they'd shown a little more in the
I'm,
trailer.
I'm kind of with you there. Like it's got polish and presentation and stuff, but as far as like gameplay mechanics, like there, just like Sean said, like a Rube Goldberg machine might be something cool. Or like imagine you're trying to cook an egg at the end of some long line of marbles moving. Or I don't know if you've ever seen those like Hot Wheels kind of tracks that go around all around a room. But maybe I am missing some of the charm here. I'll say personally, like if I were on Steam, like just the games I play, I don't think it's in my my the games I'm going for list.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Um, I think I'm gonna go below top 50 here. I don't think it's a below top 50 game, but I just think their presentation in the trailer is a bit of a missed opportunity. What do you guys think?
Mhm. Yeah, agreed.
Yay.
All right. Okay. Next one. Letter lost. You're the sole employee at a post office, stamping, sorting, and delivering mail, but the job hides secrets, and the office itself holds mysteries you must uncover. This will be the only job you'll ever need to work unless you can escape. Seems like a simulator type game is the first vibe I'm getting, like kind of like a card shop simulator type game, but like post office themed.
Fun fact: this is actually how my local post office looks, just like this, all Victorian, like piles of boxes.
The USPS is like
Yes,
rebranded.
there's
It looks like something that might be in your game. An old school, a Wild West
yeah.
post office.
I'll tell you one thing. Like the thing I remember wanting to say about this when it came up was like the game looks great. Looks I always assume there's an audience for something uh, in this kind of like I'll call it like cutesy genre. There's definitely like the voice acting is kind of cutesy. The presentation is like cozy with coffee. It's just I don't think it's for me because it's like this is so sweet. I'm gonna get a cavity. Like I don't really go for these kind of cutesy. I know there's a horror kind of element to this, but these kind of like warm and fuzzy type games. I don't know. They've never really done it for me or the appeal. And I didn't think the horror was anything too crazy or out there. It's nothing like it's like oh the lights are flickering and there's like screen effects going on. Whereas the nuclear silo thing was kind of more like mysterious in comparison if you're like comparing one horror to the other.
Yeah. I really like the idea of, there's a lot of these horror games or sort of creepy style games like Papers, Please that involve meeting people, and there's like an uncanny sort of like uncanny person kind of horror where their faces are a little distorted or weird. There's that game that came out last month, No, I'm Not a Human, that's done really, really well. And I think that kind of horror is really good if you can do this like uncanny person style illustration. I think that's kind of what they're going for with this a little bit. You see these people and they seem like something's just a little up with them, right? And it sort of plays into the horror element.
Yeah. I think I had this in my top 10. It's definitely intriguing. I love the style.
I think that there's a lot of games coming out that are like work simulators, but like at an evil place. There's like a lot of games that are like you're stuck at a job in hell, and I think that's probably because game devs like don't like working jobs or
Yeah,
like
they're
feel
just
kind of like
reflect. I feel like the ultimate job hell would be, working at like I don't know if I could say that company, but working at a place that makes tacos in a chain restaurant, with all the beeping and stuff going on, and somebody's like, "You got my order wrong." You're like, "Ah."
there's two types of these kind of simulator job games. Some of them are you're working in some kind of nightmare job and you're trying to get out of it, and some of them are like doing something satisfying, like pressure washing or mowing lawns. And I think this is in the former camp. And I like what they're doing with the horror simulator elements. I think that could be interesting. There's that game We Harvest Shadows. Have you guys seen that or heard of that? Um, it's kind of like a horror work simulator, first person
No, I haven't seen this.
game. It's a farming game. It's like a farm
Wait,
simulator,
was
but
that
it's
from the
a
first Rising Tides, or was that a separate farming horror simulator game?
separate farming
Okay,
horror simulator
you
game.
know what I
That
was
one
thinking
was
of, the
really
Pixel
cool.
one, yeah.
Yeah, I like that game a lot. That looked really interesting. But
Oh wow.
this is kind of a different, it's more realistic and gritty, but it's a first person work simulator game that turns into a horror game as you play. So it looks really interesting, and it's got a boatload of wish lists. It's 30,000 followers. Um, so, this type of thing has a lot of potential and does really well with the Steam algorithm. So I'm excited to see where this game goes with it. It's a great idea. I'm gonna go top 50 for this. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I would personally be
Yeah.
below, but yeah, I think the two trumps one, so go ahead.
Cool. And I think the main thing for me is just thinking about where that would be positioned in the Steam algorithm. I think it would do pretty well. Okay, next one is called Drudge Barnett. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. Drage Barnett. Lost and alone, a young girl finds an unlikely ally in a weakened north wind. Bound together in a raging storm, you must restore the wind's power and bring balance back to a world in chaos. Inspired by Norwegian folklore, Drage Barnett is a 3D platforming adventure full of mystery, humor, and spectacular aerial maneuvers.
How has the
That-
description not included the word kite? Because I feel like kite is a key thing in there.
Yeah, it's a good point. You think, descriptions like
Yeah,
this, when
something
you
I
think
just thought
about,
about. I was like, there's definitely kites in this. I've seen this one.
yeah,
It's pretty cool.
it highlights kind of the importance of like action words when you're making a short description for your game, like being like, what are the three things you're doing? And in this game, it's like flying, right? Fly, uh, you know, let's watch the trailer to get a better idea of it. But I think from what I've seen about this game, you sort of fly in the wind with this kite. Yeah, it is weird that they haven't mentioned it. That's a really great like visual. I think the flying on the kite through the wind, falling. That looks really fun. I'm really
Yeah, this
interested in
is
this.
the wind streaks are giving me like Breath of the Wild kind of. Same with the shading effect for the grass and the scenery.
Totally. Seems like there's combat too. There's like a
Combat
health
with like
bar and
houses and like lumber yard type enemies, which is pretty neat.
yeah. It looks like there's these cannons you use to attack it. I like the character of the kite that like looks at you and blinks. That's like really cute. This is great.
I think I had this on my top 10 as well.
Yeah, I think just the visual, like, one thing I think about this game is if I were to do the trailer, the very first shot would be this thing. So they wait for about 7 seconds to get to the point where it's like you're flying on the kite through the wind. That's the visual right there. I think that sells this game is flying through these
Yeah, that
wind
looks like
tunnels.
the
So cool.
most fun bit is like riding these streams of wind. I think that's a really strong thing that a lot of people can kind of want to engage with.
Yeah,
Mm,
and it's got this like Studio Ghibli kind of look to it as well, which is really awesome. Reminds me a bit of your game, SGI. It's a similar kind of cell shading thing, right?
Yeah. Looks like there's some grinding there too.
Yeah,
Looks
similarities. Yeah.
fun.
And your game has kites too. Now you have to
Oh
add
yeah,
kites.
guitar kites. Yeah.
I think I love their color palette too. They're
would
really
go-
consistent with it.
I would go like top 50 for sure. Um,
I agree.
I think if I were to place this, it would be somewhere around like pretty close to the top 10. But I don't know, just not. I did think there was a lot of strong stuff that would trump it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, top 50.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, Barista Boy. I'm already interested in this. It looks like immediately just looking at this, I'm thinking roguelike deck builder or deck like card game barista simulator, which sounds super interesting. Handcraft your own dream cafe and find love along the way. A cozy pixel art barista simulator for the coffee lovers. This is a great cozy game idea. That's really smart.
Definitely in the cozy genre.
The dialogue looks kind of Animal Crossing-y. That's pretty great. Oh, this is awesome. Yep. Oh, and you try to pour the exact right amount of everything. They've got great splash art. This is this is a game with great presentation. And I think highlighting, the first thing in the trailer being I think the first thing in the trailer should be not the dialogue, but the making of the coffee. Because that's what you want to show people first, right? Right away, this is the core gameplay loop. This is your hook: is make coffee, get everything right, and then the cozy element or the secondary element of the theming is like make customers happy. There looks like there's maybe a time management thing. You've got the timer on the bottom. A lot of this stuff is very, very cool and great presentation. Hats off to this team. This is quite cool.
This is the kind of game I think my girlfriend would really enjoy. She likes these kind of cozy games. So I feel like just like
Yeah.
trying to get the ratio right on a cup of coffee is a cool concept. And like,
Yeah.
then you have that like storefront kind of element where you're, like you said, like job simulator type thing, still in line with this theme.
Yeah, this stuff clearly is a really great idea for that kind of cozy theming, and it seems like this team really understands the audience they're going for. So I would put this top 10 for me, but what do you guys think?
I only drink tap water, so I don't know, what to think about
Yeah,
coffee game.
being not a pixel guy, I would just say top 50 because I feel like I'm not a great judge of pixel art, and there's been stuff where I thought was decent or passable, and somebody's like, "This is great pixel art," or vice versa. So, like
Mhm.
knowing that, and also just the sheer amount of like really good. I don't know. I feel like the FPS games or some of the 3D games with like really polished art immediately grab people. And just knowing those are in this competition, I would probably place this in top 50. Once again, like closer to
Mhm.
top 10, but I don't know about top 10. I'm less confident there.
I think what's going to make or break this game, it seems like they're targeting Switch, which is really smart because they've got the B on the bottom here and the A on the right. Um, and that's a great idea because this game would do really well on Switch. Um, I think that's where the market for things like this generally is, like cozy games and pixel arty kind of Nintendo nostalgia type games tend to do much better on Switch. So I think they've got the right idea here. Seems really cute. So why don't we go top 50 here?
Yeah, agreed. Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, this one, Psych Rift. You wake up in a deserted research facility. Who are you? How did you get here? Your memory is blank. Reality begins to fracture. Will you escape or be consumed by the rift? Seems really interesting. Let's check it out. It's giving me like Portal 2 vibes right off the bat.
The banana?
The banana. Let's check that out again. See, this game, I think it would be great if they had a banana in it.
There is.
Then I would go for it.
Yeah, one thing it's missing is I haven't really spotted a banana in there.
Yeah, if only there was one, then I would be really interested in
It's
this.
too on the nose now. It's like, oh, there's a banana. Whoa.
I don't.
This looks awesome. I'm really
It's,
into this.
it's
Sorry,
the
go ahead.
banana. It's like an anime reference, I think. Steins
Oh, it
game.
is?
Yeah, it's like time travel anime. They like put a banana in a microwave or something. And
And it goes
maybe
back
I'm
in
wrong.
time.
Yeah, something like that.
That's awesome. I love this trailer. I think it's really great presentation,
Yeah,
especially this
Yeah,
shot of the
strong
room
on
flying
art is
around.
strong on all these rooms
Yeah.
and the assets.
This must be a night.
This is awesome, eh? The room flying all around. I'm wondering if this is in engine or if this is pre-rendered.
This is in engine. I think he was showing
Looks pretty
a lot of the
fresh.
stuff for the Houdini tools, the HDA tools for that flower in the Discord. I'd seen the developer sharing.
That's incredible.
Or you know what? He
Well,
was
I
in
think.
Godot. I'm pretty sure he was in Godot.
Whoa.
Oh
Was he
wow.
not?
What is this place?
I think their presentation is top notch. The post processing looks really, really good, and just the like non-linear, non-Euclidean space or whatever. Well, it's not the right word, but
Exactly like
it kind of.
Cordo Digital did some like yeah, the Euclidean geometry horror type thing where the hallway just keeps extending. I got that same vibe from the shot with the flashing red lights when they're running down this straightaway. Yeah, looking
Yeah,
for
like this.
somewhere
Let's
to go
check it
and the
out.
hallway's changing. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I think this is one of the best trailers that I've seen in this competition. It's just really well structured and it's enticing from the start. Like you wake up, you're in this white room. What's going on? There's something about that that's like gripping. I think this is a great trailer for something like Rising Tide, but for Steam, I would rearrange it so you start with a shot of the room sort of flying around and all the furniture because that looks really, really good, and then you cut immediately to the start of your trailer.
Yeah, I love the style and I love all the visual effects. I'm not a big horror game person, but I would get this game just to see like all the cool things happening and close my eyes when something spooky happens.
I think it reminds me of like Superliminal. So these kind of games where you're trapped somewhere and it's kind of claustrophobic and it's a little creepy, but it's not jump scares. I mean, this seems a little more on the horror end, but um, there's clearly some
Cuts to a
comic relief
banana.
too. The banana.
Cuts to a banana. This is a horror.
This is horror. That's the scariest banana I've ever seen.
This is actually how my girlfriend hides the last banana in the apartment from me when we're almost out.
She puts it in the banana chamber.
Goes in the banana chamber.
That's awesome.
I
So I
put
think
top,
this
I
is a
put
top
top 10
10.
if
Yeah, top 10.
Top 10.
10.
Let's do it. Top 10. Okay, The Shadow Beneath. So battle relentless hordes of demons in a world consumed by darkness. Master devastating combos, forge powerful builds, and descend into the shadows to reclaim what was stolen in this fast-paced action roguelike. So this is a great like Steam short description because it's saying battle, it's saying combos, forge powerful builds, like it's using a lot of action words. So I think that makes for a great short description. Let's check out the trailer.
Definitely getting Prince of Persia kind of vibes.
Definitely. Like Diablo, I'm feeling. Okay, looks like kind of like a MOBA. You've got a mana. It's like Diablo. You got mana and health. And you're using 3 spells. Illustrations look good. Animations look good. It's like a roguelike, it seems. Action roguelike, it said.
Reminds me of Hades.
Yeah, getting the vibe, especially with the illustrations of the characters popping up. They seem to be like gods as well, or this is sort of like Egyptian influence, Egyptian mythology.
How can you tell?
You got the traps on the floor. Yeah, the effects look really good, really hyper realistic, pretty cool. It seems a little dark, but I think that's just the aesthetic of these kind of games like Diablo style visuals where it's like dark fantasy.
I think the little icon art for the effects, like I'm a big like in World of Warcraft always using the magic, always using spells. I think just because those effects look like something I want to play with. Always they have really good like visual effects, and then they have really good like UI indication of that. So that's kind of something I see that as a strength for this. Why I'd want to play it.
Yeah, seems like really well thought out, and their clarity of communication is good because they're just putting what you need to see on the screen, not like this kind of giant HUD that might clutter up the view. And yeah, I mean, looks like Unreal Engine. Seems like a lot of like PBR shading, hyper realistic stuff. I like this. It doesn't stand out to me as anything like unique or new. But the visuals look really good and it looks really polished.
Top 50, below top 50. What are we thinking?
I think I would put it at 50 if I had to rank it, so I could do either.
I think just at 50 is like how I feel. Like it's not quite below top 50, but oh no, it's not at my top 10, I guess.
I think top
It's
50.
got
I would
polished
say
art, so.
I would say the one thing I would say is I'd love to see more of the illustrations. All right.
Oh,
Star
this
Dream,
one.
an adventure game set in science fiction universe inspired by 60s retro futurism. You play as a taxi driver on a space ark. A mysterious message from the outside shakes society to its core. While the authorities try to hide everything, you embark on a risky investigation into a truth that should never have resurfaced. Sounds interesting. Let's check it out.
Star Dream, a dream come true. This year marks the first century and a half since the launch of Star Dream. 150 years of care, peace, and scientific social.
This is great.
Voice acting is awesome.
This looks great.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did they place also last contest? I could.
I don't remember this one from the last contest. The visuals are incredible. This game looks really good and it's really unique looking too. I love the dome and the color palette they're using. It seems like they put a lot of thought into the way the game looks. It's incredible.
Weird
The aesthetic is
but
great too.
yeah, like that. I don't know, the vivid colors with the 60s kind of looking sci-fi is reminding me of a game called Bears in Space. Give me the same kind of
Bears
vibe
in
here.
space. Let's check it out.
Oh yeah, let's check out Bears in Space.
Bears in space.
Made
Time.
by a couple crazy Aussie lads.
Oh, this looks interesting. It's like an FPS game.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, that's awesome.
comedy FPS, and they like have all these funny moments where they're making fun of other games and like Call of Duty and stuff. So, but yeah, just
That's
the
cool.
visuals were kind of giving me this like 1960s sci-fi look.
Yeah, I love that. I'll check this game out later. It looks good. Yeah, I definitely see that. Like I think the mid-century modern or what's it? It says retro futurism. I wish I really like. It's like isn't Naughty Dog making a game that's like retro futurism? Like it's like corded phones in space kind of thing, like old technology with new technology.
Yeah, they put some kind of reveal trailer, right, with the girl on her spaceship.
Yeah, and the guy from Better Call Saul is in it. That looks cool. I think that's going to be having a moment when that game comes out for sure. And I think this game is uniquely positioned to be like a really high quality story driven game that comes out maybe around the same time as that. I don't know. That'll probably take years actually, so maybe not. But
As far as
yeah,
actual mechanics and like the amount of interaction, I'm kind of getting like Firewatch level of, picking up objects and rotating and inspecting a notebook type thing.
definitely. I think also like especially just the character at the door. It's a very Firewatch thing where you don't really like see other characters, but they sort of are around and they're talking to you, right? Like
Oh, I hope there's a first person driving mode because I
that
was
would be
a little
cool.
bit confused. Like, is this what kind of game is this? Because the zoomed out view kind of looks like it could be like a GTA kind of game.
Yeah. It definitely makes sense. I think it's cool they have that though, right? Like they could have very easily just been like fast travel type thing, and only make the environments that you're inspecting. But I think it's cool to like situate yourself in the world and drive from point A to point B. Cool. So I'm thinking top 10 for me. This is a really high polished game with a great trailer.
Sure.
I think I wouldn't go necessarily top 10 for myself, but once again, like two trumps one. And I think the reason being is I saw this trailer last time, and like we're saying now, like the art was really great, the voice acting is great. I'm just not seeing a lot of interaction and like gameplay stuff that looks that interesting.
Okay, let's do top 10, but a low top 10. So this one's called The Three Moons. Sci-fi survival game on a hostile alien world. Gather resources, upgrade systems, and withstand storms. Explore crash sites. Make choices. Every decision brings you closer. So choices matter. Survival game on another planet seems what it is like to me. Let's check it out. Seems cool. I like the UI. The mysterious sort of like Outer Wilds thing going on. Natural effects on the planets that you kind of have to figure out. Seems like sort of thrust into this unknown environment. You have to figure out what's going on.
Looks like there's some kind of day-night cycle or atmosphere. I've been trying to watch like the skybox change.
It seems like the weather changes. Yeah, that's really cool. Like depending on the moons, it seems. Cool. So just based on this trailer, it's not really showing me a lot of like survival stuff. But it does seem like a survival game. You're running around, you're harvesting resources, you're building up a base. I could tell you're like, finding capsules on the ground. Okay, there's like mining going on. Okay. Seems like you have to keep your health above 100% and there's like a shield value.
You have gathered more than I have from this.
I'm just assuming.
Okay. I was like, wow, this guy's played this. This is Murray's game. No.
This is my second game, Three
He's like, looks
Moons.
pretty cool. Top one, probably.
Yeah, let's put this at rank 0, I'd say. It's off the charts.
I used to love these types of games, but the uh, the the launch version of No Man's Sky gave me a lot of disappointment, and now I just can't stand these types of games. Not knocking on this game in particular. I just my taste changed.
It did remind me of No Man's Sky a lot. I think one of the initial criticisms I had of it when I first saw the first couple seconds of running around is, just how you look out at the world, and in the first shot, I can't really see anything worth harvesting or gathering.
Pretty
Um,
barren looking. You're right.
yeah,
Just don't think like a lot. I don't think there's that strong of a color kind of. Somebody hasn't taken a lot of care with the color or textures. I do think I would place it lower. And you know, I'm a hypocrite because I think my trailer that I submitted last competition definitely had a weak color, kind of flowing through out of it, and really poor textures. So I'm saying that as somebody who's submitted and kind of passed through, but is trying to improve that myself. And I've been trying to think a lot about like objective coloring and texture work, and trying to get this like theme working throughout. There's a lot of like vivid parts, but like you're saying, like that opening with the barren planet and like the yellow gas. I don't know. Kind of to me, just looks like a project you might see from years ago on Steam that's been abandoned type thing.
yep. I agree with all that. I think that the idea of like building a base to reach the moon, that was my impression, is like you're building this giant. This reminds me, you guys seen Spaceballs? The first shot in that movie is just the
That
ship
giant
just
ship.
forever.
Yeah, long
That's
segments
hilarious.
continuing.
I'm gonna go bottom 50. What do you
Yeah,
guys think?
I think as well.
Worming from home,
Worm.
the worm game. So I've seen this one before in the Discord server. It plays a worm working a remote finance job in Worming from Home, a modern take on the comedy situation game. This game seems really interesting. I want to check out the trailer, what they came up with. It's a great concept. Making coffee. This is what it feels to work a remote job. This is what it feels like.
This worm is on the grind set, the finance guy grind set here. I like that. He in the book he's gaining financial insight. That's the meter that's going up from him worming around inside the book.
He's a day trading worm. Oh, it's so fun. Such a good idea. I
Very
think it
simple.
has a lot of
Yeah.
interesting potential. Oh,
Oh, a little extra.
he's gonna get a promotion. I like that. That's great. It makes me think there's like more plot to this game, and maybe, came for the worm, stayed for the plot kind of
Stayed
thing.
for Steve. I want to know
Stayed for
Steve's
Steve.
dynamic here.
I want to know how I can get one over on Steve
Yeah,
and get that
what if
promotion.
Steve is like, what if there's a rival in the office who's like, I'm not gonna let a worm get this promotion over me.
And he's the only one who knows that you're a worm.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting like Goat Simulator as far as grab physics handles and grabbing things and interacting, and with like the button pushing on the keyboard, really cool.
Totally. And I think this is a really kind of relatable, viral potential kind of idea. Like I think if you posted this on TikTok and was like, I'm making a game about being a worm and working from home, like I think there's like a cohort of people who work from home that are like, would you still love me if I was a worm kind of meme. And I think that there's something about that I think would resonate on TikTok. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, this is, I mean, just the amount of like, I don't know. I've been watching trying people interacting with it in the Discord, and then I've actually seen it some other place, I think on a Blue Sky post. So I think this is a strong concept that a lot of people, and it's perfect for the kind of value size that for a Blue Ocean Games early concept.
Definitely. Yeah. What do you think, SGI?
I hope there's other animals in the game, like your rival is a hawk or something, the not natural predator of the
Yeah.
world.
And I like how you can buy new stuff and, decorate your office. That's yeah, it's really smart, really cool idea. I'm going top 10. Let's do top 10 for this. Yeah, check out each of our games. My game is called Terra Factoria. It's a roguelike deck builder with civilization kind of elements. So it's like 4X roguelike deck builder kind of thing. Link in the description for the Steam page. And check out my YouTube channel where I post devlogs every week.
Go check out Cardboard Cowboy. It's a Western game. It's a Western shooter game. It's going to be like a shooting gallery that you run through. You collect weapons, collect cards. We're going to be running a few play tests before we actually release this year and into 2026. So come hang out in the Discord. Check out our YouTube where we'll be posting devlogs.
If you like guitars, check out Double Whammy. Double Whammy.
Cool. Yeah, links in the description for all that stuff, guys. So go check it out. Thank you to Blue Ocean Games for inviting us on to do some judging today. It was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys, for joining me.
Sick.
Thank you.
Thank
Cool.
you.